Hi. Just getting set to go here. Make sure I'm on the right account. I went live from the wrong account the other day. Had to start the stream and start it all over again. That is such a JACE move right there. That's textbook JACE. Textbook. I like to pretend like I can do all this without checklists. If we were like in a space capsule or something and there was like 27 things to do before we burned up in orbit, if we missed doing one of them, I'm the last one you want, like flipping all the switches. No checklist. The heat shield. You just put off the heat shield. Hey. Oh, wow. Look at that chat room. Bada boom, bada bing. Connie. When I walk down my steps, I see my symbol. Every time I come down the steps, it's pretty cool. I found like the perfect location for it. I'm going to have to take a picture of it and send it to you. You're going to like this. It gets me in a mindset. I mean, when I walk in my office and I see Liz's paintings and I see Lisa's paintings and I see Sandy's paintings and I see all the other kind things that I've gotten, and here on my monitor, I've got, Charlotte nearby at all times with her wonderful poem. Sometimes if I'm feeling a little down, I look over at it. I'm not feeling down. Don't worry. Everything is going to be just fine. Yes. Welcome back, Chris. Hey, Jenny. Good to see you. Hi, Chris. It's good to see you. All right. Very good, sir. I appreciate the compliments on both regards. Here I focus on music, but, I have other times I may go live in the future, which depends on what happens here on this app. There's a lot of interesting things going on right now. User 814, it's good to see you. Hi, Sharon. How you doing this evening? It's nice to see you. I hope you're well. I appreciate you and everything you do. Thank you so much for being here. Kim, it's nice to see you. Violet, I saw the new video. I didn't get a chance to comment on it yet. I'm going to. I don't like to just spout off rapid fire comments. I like to have a second to think of what I want to say, and sometimes I'm a little pressed if I don't see something. I sometimes forget too. So that's it too. So I'm taking a risk when I don't respond right away. Kim, I'm glad you're here. Connie, I'm glad you're here. David, I'm glad you're here. David, I hope you're feeling good tonight. I sure do. Liz says, hey, girls. Chris says, hey, Jace. The other Chris says, hey, Jace. Hi, Chris 1 and 2. All right. The two tales of Chris. Heather's in the house. Hi, Heather. If I missed you and you want to say hello to me, I just said hello because I saw the name Gigi. I combined Hella and Gigi. Hella Gigi. Holly. Hey, Hall. How you doing? Nice to see you. I see you now. There you were. You were hiding up there. Don't hide. Am I Chris 1 or 2? I don't know. I don't know the order in which you came in. I don't want to get your last names wrong. Right. I am not even going to come close to trying that, Gigi. Gigilio. Okay, there we go. Michelle, how you doing? I was first one. All right, Chris 1. Chris 1. And then Chris, the blue avatar, the symbol for Chris. The other Chris is Chris 2. Well, in here you don't have to hide, Hall. I'm just taking a second to warm my hands up here. My hands are really cold. It's funny. You can call me Pickle. Okay, Pickle. What's the deal, Pickle? Just warming my hands up a little bit. KWS, where are you? Says Michelle. Charlotte, hello. I was just talking about you. You are very well welcomed here, Charlotte. Okay, hands are starting to warm up a little bit now. No, it's, I forget how many it is. Is it like 32, 33, 34, I think? Little independent muscles in the hand. that make your fingers do the things that they do. We're one of the only creatures that can go like that. We have opposable thumbs. It's interesting, all the things our hands can do, but there's a lot of muscles in there, and there's a lot of ligaments, and there's a lot of things moving around, and, well, when they get cold, they slow down, like way down. Evening, Lisa. Nice to see you. Thank you for saying hello. And don the old headphone roonies here in a second. I'm just taking a second to say hello to everybody and let the room come on in. Everything's going well. I'm working on a piece for a release called Tahoe. We're going to talk about that tonight. You know the track. And it turns out we're going to have multiple versions of this thing in an EP release, starting with a solo piano version. And then I'm thinking, I'm going to try it again tonight. But I'm thinking we need a cello and piano version too. There's something in that track that begs to have a duet. It's interesting. Arrangement is a thing. Uh-oh. So was my light. Hey, light, don't you get lippy on me. Oh, man, so many moving parts. Anyway, arrangement is a thing in music, and it covers a lot of different subjects. But it's a skill. It's a particular skill set. And it begs for Jeff Oster. Wow, I didn't even think of that. Jeff Oster version. That would be interesting. That would have to be a little bit of an electronic version, I think. It's right off the top of my head. That's a cool idea, Connie. I don't know, though. Maybe we'll try that tonight, too. How can we do that? I'll show you. Arrangement is the ability to take a theme or an idea and move it into different sets of clothes, different sets of situations, different expressions, different purpose, especially purpose. Purpose is a big thing in music. It's what the story is. It's what the person is the song is about. It's the situation that happened that I might be remembering, or it is a situation that I want to happen that I might be imagining, okay? These are scenarios, scenes, very film-esque moments where I'm kind of, really expressing. The music is expressing something to me, and I'm telling you what it's saying. I act like a translator. An arrangement is a thing where you can take a piano track that is very simple. Like you've heard it with Christmas music. You've heard Christmas music arranged different ways, but that's a different kind of arrangement. That's instrumentation and changing some instruments around just for the sake of adding some jingles or jangles or things like that. Sure, that's a type of arrangement, but the compositional arrangement I'm talking about is when someone like Connie says, hey, maybe you should do a version of it with Jeff Oster. And immediately my mind goes to work trying to think what kind of discoveries could be made there, because I don't really know what's going to happen until it happens. I've kind of figured that out. Like, I can have an idea. Like, I was in I just took Hank to the beach the other day, and I'm standing out on the beach, and I start hearing this recurring idea. This recurring theme that's happening in my head. And it was powerful enough that when that happens to me, I have a smartphone with me and I recorded it. So there's this weird video of me holding the phone right here in the car, and I pull it the whole way up to my face so you can see the beard on my chin, because I'm singing into the phone. And in the video, I'm saying F sharp, D, F sharp, G, D, G, A, D, A, G, F sharp, D, F sharp, G, D, G, A, D, G, A. And then I say key of B minor, you know, and it's because I'm hearing this in my head. And that's it. Now in my head, there's this energy. Standing on a beach, and you know, many of you know it's been a challenging couple of weeks here, and I'm calling back the power, you know, and I'm thinking strong thoughts, and I'm using mindset changing tactics that I've learned over studying this stuff for 10 years and things like this, and these are the things that create powerful melodies, and there's something about that is stepping away from Tahoe as well, because there's a similar family of chords that are happening there, and that's a trick that happens with me, and I have to be careful because it might want to try to introduce itself in there, and it gets a little weird. It does, navigating, you know, but often it is the case that a lot of the themes that I come up with are generated right here at the instrument, you know, where I sit down, and the objective here is to not plan what the melody is going to do. The objective here is to not outthink inspiration, you know, and think my way through music. It is to react. And that's what's happening to me when I'm sitting in a car with a phone. I mean, I don't know why I'm standing on a beach and I hear a horn in my head going like this. You know, let's just mess with that for a minute. I'd love to show you the video on my, but I have to prepare it for you to be able to do that. Let me go ahead and open up a screen here. Hang on a sec. I'll get better at this, I promise. I will. Okay. So this is an empty project, and it's where I usually start with things like this. So we're going to go ahead and start. Okay, let me think here. What do I need to do? Well, I need to take a deep breath, and I need to relax. Let me get my melon a little bit out of the way there. So where we're at here is on this guy right here. That's actually an image of the keyboard that I'm using right now. That's a Ravenscroft keyboard. Ravenworks keyboard, excuse me. All right, let me just take a breath here. Let's get a little bit more reverb on there, please. Just give me a second. I'm going to pull up some reverb here. I'm going to move over here closer to the screen so I can see. So we're going to be looking, let me get my melon out of the way. Out of the way, melon. My JACE melon. Okay, I'm going to be looking at something big, like a church. Why is that not? Hang on a second here. Okay, let's start this up again. Hang on a second. Some weird's going on here. All right, well, we'll use this other thing. That's why I have a backup reverb. Okay. I'm putting reverb on this piano sound right now. Bear with me. I want something a little bit deeper than that. Hamburg Cathedral. Let's try this. Okay, that's a little much. Ooh, it sounds tasty. Okay. Let's get this in position. Ooh, wait a minute. Let's get this out of the way in a second. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Aha. Standing on the beach. Well, if it's a horn, it's down here. Listen to that. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. 12/8 time. Okay. All right, let's stop that there for a second. I've got that. So that's just a little improvisation on the idea that pops in the head, and that's where the improvisation comes in handy, and the ability to be able to do that. Oh, my melon keeps getting in the way, doesn't it? Out of the way, melon. If I keep saying that over and over again, I'll remember to start checking over on the main screen. Melon check. Where's my melon? Excuse me. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at where there we go. I'm getting a little bit better at this. A little bit. This is a slow process of working like this, of getting competent in doing what I'm doing right now on a live. There's a lot of moving parts here, and what I'm attempting to do here, just so you understand, is I'm forcing myself to get in the dang comfort zone. To be who my mindset has to be when I'm all alone in here, but be able to communicate with you at the same time. Horn solo, articulations, slight reverb built in, very good. Okay, this is a virtual instrument by a wonderful virtual instrument creator. This is a Melon Check. This is Cinesamples is the name of the company, and this is one of these people that goes in and records various elements of the symphony orchestra, so that they can be used by composers like myself to be used for film, just about anything. Whatever the case may be, that calls for special music that has the kind of power that the orchestra delivers. Every instrument has its power zone. Every instrument has its power zone. The piano has a power zone. The guitar has a power zone. Things that it does that nothing else can do it the same way. and the orchestra is no different than that. I'm just setting this up so when I play this instrument, we don't blow our eardrums out. Not that that would actually happen that way, but we want a moderate sound here. Let me see if this will work. All right, let me get some more juice on that. More juice, please. When I say juice, I'm referring to volume. Right here. There we go. It's a little thing called gain. It's what we call when we boost volume. Okay. So that sounds a little bland to me. Now, of course, at this phase of the game, I don't get too deeply into trying to perfect sounds. That's not what I'm doing right now, by the way. Right now, what I'm doing is giving myself what I need to be able to get some feeling going inside of me, to be able to, we'll go back to that same Hamburg cathedral with this horn. We'll put the piano and the horn in the same room. How about that? Here we go. Okay, so that is a single French horn. And the French horn, just like my voice, just like your voice, does different things when it pushes up in range. When I start going very high, I have to go into falsetto. A horn can't do that. But when a horn starts to get up in its upper range, it's going to get weak. Listen. Now that horn player is straining. Straining. You don't see a lot of part writing for the horn up in that range for a reason, because you have to be an excellent horn player to be able to get up there. Horn players are a fascinating breed. They really are of musician. Very specific. It's fun, you know, seeing specific specialists in the music business and getting to know them. They come from different worlds of thinking, and you learn a lot working with them. So, conversely, when the horn comes down, now from here, from about actually, we're in a range called tessitura, which is a musical term that means the power zone. It's a best expressive zone, the place where if you write music within that set of range for this instrument, you're getting the richest, fullest, easily broadcasted energy the instrument can make. The horn player doesn't have to work hard. The instrument vibrates at a specific structure so that it can operate the way it does, you know? Okay, so let me just listen to what we did earlier here just a bit, because I captured that. This is, you know, when I say our music is created here, this is what I mean. Melon check. Stop. All right, horn player, if you would please. One octave up, please. Now, because that is in that range, that has the potential of getting extremely powerful for a horn. I'm going to turn this down because it's going to have a lot of gas. So you can hear the piano is being very direct. It's not beating around the bush. I could also say, I could go way down an octave here and watch this. So there's a power that can come through there if it wants to. Almost like a superpower. Bear with me here. Okay, so let me move that over here and just show you 2, 3, 4. Okay, now that's a very rugged and raw rendition of that. I just want to make sure that it took. I'm not seeing the notes. What's going on here? Why did that not record? What are you doing to me? One more time. I'm going to turn that down a little bit so I'm not drilling you with that sonic power. Then I'll turn it back up. Let's go again here. Come on. Stop fooling around. That's a little intense, I know. It's supposed to be. Because what I'm doing is melody testing. I'm testing the capabilities of this vessel. What it can do and what it does best. Because sooner or later, and I think a purpose is already coming out of this for me, as the purpose manifests, as the purpose manifests, I can see a picture of the decisions I'm going to make then. My purpose here is rising up in power, stepping into the only kind of power that comes from being dedicated to being in the moment and sharing with people and giving to them and feeling a sense of reward, like there's this very real thing. I mean, this is what's hitting me in the middle of the park with my dog is this overwhelming feeling, and then of course I hear this thing in my head, and sometimes these things turn out to be nothing, by the way. So, and that's a lot of times. So, don't be surprised if we don't see this again. It just depends. Although I think I'm going to catch some flack for that. Okay. Together now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Now, if we recall, there we go. Got it captured. If you recall, what we started with here was something that was plaintive but firm. It was very, very sure of itself, but humble. Looking out, remembering what matters the most. It's almost having fun with the melody right there. So how would that horn handle that level of intensity? Well, the horn would back down. Let me see here. What that that sound like? So what's going to happen here is the intensity is going to build, and that's the line I'm drawing down at the bottom of the screen. When you see that line come up like that, that means the intensity of how hard that horn playing is going to come up as it's moving forward. I know it's crazy, right? Okay. Okay, that's too intense. Come back. Come back down to earth. Come on now. Work with me. All right, here it goes. Okay, take a deep breath. Where it comes on now. Okay, so I'm listening to this instrument. You're probably thinking, is that what he intends to do there with that part? No. Mm-mm. What I'm doing is planting seeds. I'm planting seeds that may not take root right at the moment, but I don't know but what I might not come down here again, right? And listen to this and be like, oh crap, wait, do this, and this. And that's kind of, an example of the discoveries that can happen. They don't always happen, but it's nice when they do. Okay, let's try something else here. Let's try something else. Let me test level. Okay, let me clean that level down a little bit. Okay. Just bear with me here a second. See here. So there's three different ways to look at this. One is that the cello is doing exactly what the piano is doing. Okay, so piano, cello. They're both looking at you and they're kind of saying the same thing. Okay. I'm trying to be able to find ways to communicate this stuff to you. So when I start with my crazy analogies and my wild gesticulations, just bear with me, okay? some of these things work, some of them don't, and I'm learning just as much as I'm sharing, really. You know, we weren't doing this a month ago. We're doing this now. So, okay, cello and piano. Scenario 1 is they're saying the same thing to you. What does that mean? Okay, let me show you. Now, it's hard for me to, just bear in mind, it's a little hard for me to, hold on one second here, please. Okay. To keep up with this, because I have to guess where the actual notes are themselves. It's tricky. Okay, so pretty soon I'm going to be set up here so I can control the intensity with which the virtual instrument is playing it while I'm playing it with a switch. Okay? I'm going to have a switchboard here set up, and I'm actually programming it right now to allow me to do that with some amount of efficacy while I'm doing this, so I'm not tripping all over my face while I'm trying to do it. But so anyways, so that's the example of side by side. They're doing the same thing. Now here, this is going to be a little bit tricky, because what I have to do is count in my head and then turn around and recount that. Let me see here. How do I want to do this? I guess I'll try to do this. If it doesn't work, I'll find another way. Okay. Bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now, in this picture I'm painting for you right now, the first picture, the cello and the piano were doing the same thing at the same time, right? Now, in the structure of this song, and when I go like this and I go like that, it'd be maybe in your head you would think, oh, something's going higher and something's going lower. No. Ranked of presence, of importance, of lead. You know, when two things are standing side by side like this and they're both saying the same thing to you, that's one type of arrangement. When one starts to walk out in front of the other, okay, and the other one follows behind it and it starts to go like this. You see? This one's in back, and that can be many different things, not the least of which is accompaniment. Okay? So let's see what that feels like. I got to just, once I get on the first note, I've got to count it in my head. As this starts with the cello low. All right, Jace, just do it. Okay, now, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. There's a better way I can give you that example. Let's move up a piece. Let's move up a piece and put the cello into. So when the cello comes into, darn it, Jace, get a little self-aware, buddy. Come on, snap out of it. Snap into it, man. Check 1, check 2, right L, R, L, melon check. So melon check, melon check. Okay, so we're going to move. We started, the cello was down here. Okay? We're going to move up into this range. This range requires more skill, in my opinion, as a cellist. You are now getting into very high ranges on the cello. Okay? And what happens on a cello, just out of, you might think this is interesting. You see a cellist moves his finger on the fretboard, right? And they're moving it around quite a distance from one note to the next in a scale. They're moving down the fretboard, right? And when they go low, you'll see their hand come up. Up here. When they start coming down on that fret, the distance between this note is about that far on that fret. And calling it a fretboard, but that on the bar, it's about that far, okay? And it gets down to a point where all they're doing is rocking the weight of their finger a little bit in one direction or the other. The cello is one of my favorite instruments. It's why I've made myself learn so much about it. But okay, so let's play this in the middle range now to give it some life here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, by the way, I want to check something real quick. Okay, we're doing great tonight, I guess. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. right, so now in a situation like that, where we have the cello out front and the piano in back, the piano has more room to move around. Okay. That can happen. That's something that can happen. Is something along those lines. Now let's reverse it. Okay. Let's reverse it. Let's put the piano in the lead. And let's put the cello in the support role. Okay? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not, right? I'll start like I did before. One low register of it, and then one upper register of it. Why not? Okay, let's just do this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's try that again. Oops. That's a heck of a note to miss. It's okay. It happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1. This is the beginning of this. 3, 4. 3, 4. Oh, shoot. That's all right, because I can do this. Just hang in there. We get all kinds of solutions to little problems like that. This is part of this process. Feeling that change right there. Hang on a second. Hang on. When this starts getting difficult, it usually means I'm running out of steam on that particular idea. Let's stop right there. Okay. Remember, piano's the leader now. So we start out really low here. And that's no problem for a cello. But I do want to stay out of the way here with that mentality in mind. Can you feel that? Woo! I think I blew a circuit on that one. Whoa! Yeah! It usually doesn't go the good. What happened here? 35,000 likes. Somebody's liking me a lot tonight. Yay! Thanks, everyone, for a wonderful, 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 wonderful gift of your... Oh, wow, man, that was an hour on that. That wasn't supposed to take an hour. I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. I hope you enjoy stuff like this and you find it interesting. So we're trying new things here, and I kind of indicated to you before that I haven't really shown you a lot of the things that I can do, you know? And that's what 2024 is about, is this experience and sharing it with you and giving you avenues to experience this inspiration as best I can in various ways, you know? Of course, and one of the biggest ways is the releasing of music. And we spent a lot of time in D major tonight, so we're going to take a night off from Tahoe, but we're going to play it tomorrow, and I'm going to show you where that's at. And Tahoe is a track that shares some inspiration with this, you know, and this happens a lot, you know, the inspiration goes and leaks out a certain way into something else. And anyway, that's how this happens. But I'm going to play a little bit more. I'm not running off just yet. For those of you who want to stick around, as we have a wonderful audience here this evening, so why not, right? I say, let's just have fun. Play a couple more for you, and love the opportunity to do it. How many people did we have in the chat room at one point tonight? I said someone indicated, I think it was Jenny, indicated there was a lot of people in the chat room. What number was that? Just curious, because I didn't see it, because I'm not really paying attention to it. Okay, well, that's 11 more than 30. Hello, Melissa. Thank you for being here, Cindy. And Jenny, Charlotte, Muriel, Sin, thank you for being here. Sharon, Columix. I know your name. Okay. This is the computer registering every note I'm playing. So let me show you something here. See all these notes? These are the notes I just played. Watch. Let's suppose I hit the wrong note there. See there, out towards the end. Here, right in the middle. See these two notes I've highlighted? Suppose I hit the wrong notes, and I hit those instead. Here it comes. Watch the playhead. Coming right here. It actually works, but I can change notes like that. I kind of like the new version. See, something wants to come down there now. Watch this. Watch this. See that? It's splitting. Watch my hands above the keyboard. It's splitting open there. But this is the amazing power of these tools that I use. Like, if I don't like how loud something is, listen to that. I can grab those notes and pull their volumes down. And watch it get really soft. See that? This is Logic Pro. This is Logic Pro, Melissa. That's cool. Your older son is a composer. Wonderful. Tell him to stop by the show sometime. I'm going to play a little bit more now. All of my music is available in my bio to listen to. There's 2 musical notes there. You can listen to 60-second snippets. But better yet, you can go to the link tree that's also in my bio and click on Purchase Enjoy Jace's Music. I actually have an idea for that, Lisa. It's kind of a surprise. This right now is called Untitled. Thank you, Hull. That volume's a little low. Sorry. Let me make this better for you. You might want to turn your phone down, though. Thank you for the follow, Melissa. We have 2 Melissas. I think there's a version up on the Bandcamp. Charlotte. It's all about taking those feelings from the music. This is going out nice tonight. I'm doing the same thing you're doing, Kathy. Don't be afraid to say hello. All right, Charlotte. Hi, Carrie. Yeah. Let's do that bridge again. Here we go. Okay. So I hear some talk on there about Emmy Awards. I don't really talk about them very much because they're really not a big deal. They were for It was a team win, a project win. So when that happens, the editor, the director, and the composer are all in on that. And it was for a series of short projects for the city of Los Angeles, for the fire departments and the police departments. It was many, many years ago. So if you want to get an idea of what I can do with a something that helps bring something to a film, it's really not a big deal, guys. It's not. I mean, it's humble. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a good thing. But it's just the truth. When you win Emmy Awards, there's different categorizations of importance of those things, and these are not, I've been involved with about 15 different projects that have been nominated. So I think 12 to 15. I can't even keep track. We don't get Emmys for my pitching. You know what? I saw that you're kind of in the biz a little bit there, so you know what I'm talking about, Melissa. And there's regionals. These are LA regionals, so it's hey, junk in the trunk is always nice, but what matters is you're only as good as your last project. And I haven't done a lot of film work. Most recent thing that I messed around with is I produced Boyd Street, which is a story of firemen on YouTube. It's hit a million views, which is nice. Go check out Boyd Street. I did the soundtrack for that, and I did the mix to picture soundtrack mix. So, script supervisor, 30 plus years. Oh, jeez. Wow. Holy moly. Welcome. It's nice to have you here, Melissa. Thank you so much. Very, very cool. We think it's a huge deal, Al. It's really not, Jenny. It's there's that's why I don't if I tried to bring that into a discussion with accomplished professional film composers on the A list and toss that around like it was a piece of meat, I would get laughed out of the room. That's just the nature of the biz. See, this is the thing right now. I'm getting ready to release all this music, Melissa, and my idea is this. I'm building a connection with people right now. I'm sharing a story with them, and this is just one doorway through which I'm coming. I'm getting ready to open several other ones as well. And I really like it. I like making a difference. You work on music for a film or whatever else. Okay, that's great. And what little bit of experience I've had doing it, you know what I mean? It's fun to do, but it's not the most rewarding thing in the world. But here, the messages I receive and the real, real world feeling that I might be making a difference in some people's lives is like really something I've didn't count on, to this degree. I've always enjoyed that feeling to a certain degree doing this, but, I'm starting to let the wind blow my ship in that direction and take everything that I've learned how to do, which is quite a lot, and put that to that service of that. See what happens, So that's the long and short JACE right now story. Sorry if it went on a little bit, rambled on a little bit long there to all of my friends, including you, Melissa, my new friend. I'm going to play a little more. Melissa, I'm in San Fran. I hope you made it through the strike okay, Melissa. This is the fourth variation of a series of variations called Thatet. And I just want feeling the urge to play in this key, so I'm going to play this track disconnected from the other versions that it's usually connected to. It's kind of an interesting thing here, because what happens is the devices I'm using and what I'm doing with my hands is kind of an interesting thing. I do syncopated minimalism, and one finger might act as the bass, which in this case is here, my pinky. The other fingers might be acting like a rhythmic invention. Maybe acting like a rhythm guitar would, it's not uncommon. Then, syncopated on another time in a minimalistic style, the right hand is going to come in. So the left hand says, okay. Oh yes, creativity ties us to our higher self. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's what the whole front end of this show was about. Okay, so you got the idea. Now I'm going to bring in the rhythmic invention. Here it comes. This is something I've trained my entire life to do, Melissa. Yeah. Okay, Charlotte, I'll play Songatina for you. Songatina is a song that I wrote. Thank you so much for everyone for all the wonderful gifts and being here with me this evening. This is awesome. You're being so generous and so kind with the likes. Let's see here. Let's get this maybe up there off my head. Oh, so many boxes. There's so many boxes. Yeah. Many boxes. All right. What is that? Is that a donut, Heather? Or is that a ring? Is that a pretty ring? Thank you so much for all the wonderful gifts. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Charlotte. Heather and Charlotte are in a ring battle. So this is a song I wrote many, many years ago. I was like studying a lot of classical music, and it's a style that is reminiscent of a scaled back version of a musical form called a sonata. A sonata is the fairly accepted, master work of composers. The master work, Beethoven, I think, had 22 or 23 of them, and by far, I think his are the most magnificent piano sonatas in existence. This one. And then there's the I can't remember, it's been so long. And then so the idea is Songatina the Hummingbirds. Yes, Songatina is the Hummingbirds. So I've been listening to a lot of that kind of music, and I decided that it was something I wanted to toy around with. So basically, what makes a sonata is something called exposition, development, and return. There's an exposition that has one theme and usually a counter theme and something like that, and it plays fully through and reaches a conclusion. Then what happens is the melody steps away and starts doing something called a modulation, which in music, technically speaking, in music theory, the melody is leading the harmonic progression through a series of changes that are outside of the original key. So the key this is in is G major, okay? So usually songs don't do this. Songs generally have a verse, a verse, and a chorus, and a bridge, and at most they step up a key or two at the end. Now that's not the case for all songs. There's songs that switch keys. There's no such thing as always or never. But they're very simplistic for the express purpose that they're lyricized. Like this song is a perfect example of that. It sits in the key that it's in. Hi, Astro Poet. Hello from New Orleans. Oh, hey, that's awesome. I'm glad you made it down there. I'm glad you made it safe. I hope you're having a wonderful time in the wonderful city of New Orleans. So the sonata moves around, and this song is something called a sonatina, which is a scaled back version of that. It's more of a lark, and I call it songatina because I'm also treating it like a song. So I'm combining sonata form and songwriting into one thing as an arrangement. So here's the introduction. Melody, the exposition. And it repeats. There's a double bar there with the dots next to it. It goes back to the beginning. That's sonata form. Now we have the development. key of F, B major, E, F, D, G, C, B flats down to E major. When I started this song, if I would have told you I'm going from this key to this key, wouldn't have made a lot of sense, but because we followed the melody around that circle, now the return. Correct me if I'm mistaken, Astropoe, but haven't you heard this in person? Hummingbirds circling around a feeder. Yeah. Lots of good stuff happening. Whoa, 35 people in the chat room. Yeah. Lots of good stuff happening. Meeting some new people. I think we've made a new friend in Melissa tonight and several others. And we never know who passes through that is just getting to understand what they like here, and that's the way music works. Music says, hi, you know, here's something new for you. Sometimes it takes a little bit of investment in people getting to know the artist a little bit and seeing what it is that's going on here, and it takes a while for a wheel to turn in the like department when it comes to music. Llama Gypsy, hey. I have to say goodnight to everyone. I'm having to be up at 5 a.m. like always. Peaceful. Okay, Kathy. Well, you have a good sleep. You have a wonderful, restful, happy sleep. I'm going to play one more, and then it's hanky time. Hanky time. Hi, Melissa. All the time in the world. Unrushed. Space for everything. We wind up exactly where we're supposed to be. Okay. Oh my, what a wonderful night. Hey Melissa, so I was going to email you and I got sucked into getting ready for this show, so I apologize. But as everyone around here will attest to, it's been quite a tumultuous couple of weeks, and I've been so absorbed with this because it's affecting me. It was affecting me, so I should be good for next week. Not this week, next week. We'll see. It's just, I'll explain to you in the email what's going on so that you have a clear picture here of a time frame of what I'm looking at, okay? I haven't had time to approach the subject of singing in my work and what I want to do, and that needs to happen in concurrence with what we're doing. Otherwise, I'm making an investment in something that, it's all over the place. So Melissa's my vocal coach, and she's magnificent. If you want to take some vocal coaching lessons as a professional musician, I highly recommend her. Or if you know anyone in your family who wants to try to expand their singing talents or whatever else, she's fantastic. So please consider working with her. Oh, yes, you are 100%. You're 100% professional and knowledgeable as anybody as I've ever known. So you're very authentic, too. You're a great, great teacher. And I mean that, everybody. I don't give out recommendations like that easily. I'm a real pain in the butt when it comes to that kind of stuff because, as you imagine. And I take that kind of stuff very seriously. So when I tell you she's the shizzle, she's the shizzle. Heather, thank you for being here this evening. Mary Rose says, extraordinary playing. Thank you so much. Jenny, thank you so much for everything tonight. And Lisa and Sharon and Charlotte, thank you so much to everyone for helping out this evening. Melissa, it was wonderful to meet you. Oh, yeah, you know what? I've got to get in the habit of doing this. Let's do this right now. There we go. Oh, wait. How do I follow? Well, that was easy. I just followed you, Melissa. So, and there we go. I'm getting in the habit of being able to follow my people who are coming in here. So I'm trying to remember to do that because it's easy to do at the end. There we go. I didn't know I had this ability. The truth is, I know it sounds ridiculous, but this is how it goes. We learn stuff as we go here. Hall, thanks for being here this evening. Violet, thank you so much for your wonderful addition to the videos that you share with my music in them. It's so amazing. When people share my music in their videos, it's just everything to me. I love that so much because it's so profoundly impactful. And when people are doing that, it helps more people discover my music. Astropoet, I hope your astronomy fun time Super Bowl is going fantastic. I really hope. I really, really, really hope. So Joyce, thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for all that you do. And Cindy, it was a good night. I hope I must have missed you, but I'm glad you were here. Connie, hey, yeah, 70,000, huh? You guys are amazing, and I have plans here that I think is going to put this amazing to work in a good direction for us. But we'll get back to that in a week or so. I've got a fun game we're gonna try here for the show, and it's a couple of weeks out. But I'm going to tell you about that when I make some more decisions on that. I come up with a great idea. Because that's what solves problems. Melissa, I'll share your music. Fabulous. I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. David says this is a wonderful place. Well, some amazing things are happening here. When you look at the statistics of this show and how long people are sticking around from my followers list, and what we're talking about specifically about followers that get to experience the show, it's a minimum of sometimes 10 minutes when they come across this show on the FYP. And this is people that may not be even in the chat room. So you have to look at it from an average. When I get an average statistics of a 10-minute stay, well, out on the outer end of that, we have all of you who are here for the entire show, which is amazing, absolutely amazing. But then there's a lot of other people sticking around for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and that's nothing less than everything. That is someone who is, when they're in here for 4 or 5 minutes, they've got enough of a curiosity aroused about what is going on here, and there's something interesting them to see more. That's where the magic happens. And when you all express this level of enthusiasm about me, well, seals the deal on our golden hour family growing. So, very positive, very wonderful evening I've had here with all of you. Thank you, Llama Gypsy, for stopping by. Glad you were here. If you'd like to say goodbye to me, go ahead and poke a goodbye into the chat room. Everyone, thank you, Melissa, for being here. Wonderful to see you. Sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. Please accept my apology. Hey, Liz, there you are. Right. Liz, exciting. Yes. Sorry about that. I missed you. Thanks for stopping at the end here to say hello. That makes that better. Wonderful to see you tonight, Liz. You're going to have a great week this week. There's a lot of Tahoe happening this week. Thanks, Mary Rose, for the share. Gigi, thank you. Have a good night. You're the shiz. Right on, Hall. Woohoo! You bet, Liz. Jenny says, good night, everyone. Thank you, Jenny, for a wonderful evening. You were magnificent. Violet, thank you so much. Well, everyone, we had a great night tonight. It's time to feed Hank and go to Couchville. And I'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. And I'll also be going live on the new account. I'm going to keep doing this a little bit more. I'll be going live, working on music at 2 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Central, 12 noon Mountain, and 11 p.m. Actually 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, 12 noon Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific. I will be on the new account. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about when I talk about a new account, let me show you. That's JACE VEK Live. Okay? You just search for that in your search field. Add that new account because there's some experiments happening at 6 p.m. GMT. Oh, bless your heart, Charlie. Everyone, have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much. Golden Hour signing off for the evening. And I will see you tomorrow, those of you who can make it.